Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Britney Louise. If you are new here, how you doing? Hey, hello. So today we are talking foundation drops. We are talking concealer drops. We are talking about setting powder drops. Fenty Beauty has done it again. She is like Rihanna. Rihanna keeps on blowing our minds, okay? It's to the point where I didn't even realize I was about to be buying a whole new foundation. So if you guys are ready to see this review, go ahead and continue to watch. Before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, all right? Let's go ahead and let's get started with the video. Okay guys, so you know from my initial Fenty Beauty review of the entire collection, you know that back in the day, mama was struggling with 420 and 430. And I ended up just getting both foundations because I liked how they worked together. So I said all that to say 445, I tried 445 and this is what they all look like. This one here is 420, 430 and 445. So you can see what those look like. And I'm actually going to swatch them on my face. 420 just works really well going towards the center of my face. When it comes down, it's like I gotta do a lot of blending, right? I wasn't too geeked about it. 430, I don't even have a whole lot of 430 left, because I was just using it like a maniac. So 430, it's fine. You know, it's gonna blend a little bit better. Swatches can be really deceiving, especially in foundation shades. And now we've got 445. $445 right here on my face. So 445 looks pretty good here in the center, and it looks like it's gonna blend out well down into my neckline, my jawline, and everything else. For the longest, I've always had to just make foundations work with being a black woman with olive undertones. And olive undertones is just hard to create in general. It doesn't matter what spectrum you're on, an olive undertone is very hard to create. So straight up, y'all, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, but I just want to tell y'all, I don't know what witchcraft y'all got going on over there at the Fenty Beauty headquarters, but baby girl, let me show you how happy my life is now. Do you understand? Like, I just put on foundation. I am like, this is just me spot putting it on. Like, I'm just spot checking. I just want y'all to see how amazing. Like, this matches this. I don't have foundation right here in this area, you guys. This matches this right here on the apples of my cheek. This is my skin. This is my skin. This is my skin in a bottle. This is what I look for when I look for foundations. This. Look at, like, I don't have to blend so much down in my neck. And I have discoloration in my neck area. I have discoloration all throughout my skin. But you can tell, like this worked great in the center. Like, it worked okay in the center, so I was excited. I was like, okay, we'll go with 420. Then I was like, nah, it's just looking a little too ashy down here when I'm blending. 430 was just like, it worked, but it was just so warm. I'd have to fix it with concealing and contouring and just trying to neutralize it as much as possible. And mixing them together at the time just worked out the best. When I put on foundation, I want it to look like my skin. I want it to be my skin, but better. That's all. That is typically what we go for when we go for foundation, right? We want it to be our skin, but better. I feel like 445 is just a dream come true for my skin tone. I almost cried because I was just like, oh my God, like there is a foundation that is so perfect and I don't have to tweak it. I don't have to do anything to it. I don't have to do anything to this foundation shade. So if you are a sister and you have olive undertones and golden undertones and you are looking at me and you are just like, oh my God, I can't believe there's another one of me out there, because yes, everybody does not have red, like super red undertones, and I am one of those people. I just don't. People think I was crazy. Like, I'm just like, I finally have a foundation that is like so completely like perfect, it almost scared me. Like, I cannot believe how gorgeous this looks. Y'all, I am fine, okay? Talk about confident. Like, I am fine. I see why I had to wait. I see why I had to wait. I can appreciate waiting on this foundation shade because, again, olive undertones in general, it does not matter what spectrum you are on, whether you are on the fair side with olive undertones or you are on the deepest ebony side of the spectrum with olive undertones. It is just hard to master. Like, my skin is so gorgeous. Like, I could talk about this all day, but I'm not. We're gonna move on. So moving on, because my foundation is a now and forever will be in Fenty Beauty 445. I started from 445 with the Pro Filt'R Concealers. I started from 445 and then I tweaked from there. I chose 420 for my concealer because, like I told you before, it looks amazing in the center of my face. So I was just like, that's a no-brainer. 400 looked, it looked good if I wanted to do like more of an intense highlight. 410 had a little bit too much warmth in it. But 420, I'm sorry, I don't even know why I'm doing all this because you don't need a lot of it. Yeah, 420 was perfect. Was a perfect match. Because it just worked, it works well in the center of my face. The applicator of the Pro Filt'R Concealer is really nice. Like, I don't know how to explain. Like, the concealer feels so amazingly creamy. It just goes on like butter. Like, it's so creamy. It feels very hydrating. And it feels like really, like it's almost cooling. Okay, you guys don't need a lot of this, so I'm gonna stop saying that. My contour color that I decided to go with is 498. It looks so gorgeous on the skin. I just really like how this feels. It's better than creamy. Like, it's better than creamy and it's cool. It's nice and cooling. It doesn't dry down super fast, so I can take my time with it. So I'm just gonna take my sponge and just pat it. It melts right into the skin too. And because the 420 works well in the center of my face, look at that. Look at that. It just melts right in the center of my face. Like, I got cry. It's just so pretty. And where I put it, it stays, honey. It stays in place now. But the creasing is virtually not there. Look at this. Yep. When I say you don't need a lot, look at that, y'all. I don't need a lot. Look at what I just did to myself. I got my Fenty robe on. Yes. Yes. The concealer blurs my pores in the center of my face like a dream. And then it doesn't seem like it's a very matte finish with the concealers. Look at my face, y'all. I am fine, okay? Okay, guys, we are gonna move on to the setting powder. I grabbed the color Honey, and this is what it looks like when you open it. It comes with, let me tell y'all smart. Fenty, all of them over there are Fenty. genius, smart. I love it. Like look at this. There's a top that clicks down in here, so we can remove this here, and then you would just place this down in here to cover. It keeps it from having like a mess. I really enjoyed the way honey set on me. I'm gonna tell you right now, this powder is so silky. It's like the perfect like golden yellow undertone for the center of my face, and it's like a nice veil over my skin. I'm gonna go ahead and use my beauty blender and just dip into the powder right now. Tap off and just set underneath my eye area. There isn't any flashback with this, and it just sets so beautifully. It leaves a very nice matte velvet finish, so my skin still looks really nice. It doesn't look sucked out like dry on my skin, but again, I don't use a lot of it. I love it to set the center of my face. Banana powder is just too darn yellow for me, so those, like, I need something with a little bit more golden, like just some with a little bit more of a golden finish. And this is it. Honey is popping. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my hair down, get real cute or whatever, finish the rest of my face, and I will be right back on here to wrap it up with you guys, okay? So we are back, and this is my finished look. This is my Fenty face. I'm overall happy with the launch of the additional 10 foundation shades. I am so happy that I tried foundation shade 445. It is like, it is literally life-changing for me. I am so happy that this foundation worked very well for my skin tone. This is finally a foundation that I don't have to tweak. I don't have to do anything with. I literally can just wear it and be happy with it looking like my skin. It looks just like my skin. I just can't thank Fenty Beauty enough for adding an additional 10 shades. That just lets you guys know how serious it is when it comes to getting the right undertone taken care of, and usually olives are typically looked over. Like, I don't think y'all understand, like, olive undertones are really hard to come across that don't cast green, that don't cast gray, and that don't cast like too much yellow gold. So you have to do it perfectly. It doesn't matter what spectrum you're on, but olive undertones are just very hard to master. And I think that them waiting to drop 445, being a dark-skinned woman with olive undertones, I am okay with waiting, because I've been tweaking my foundations for so long. I know for myself, I always have to find a very neutral undertone and just kind of tweak it with contouring and highlighting. So the fact that I don't have to do that with number 445, I am ecstatic. Like I said before, I could cry. I haven't had a foundation that I haven't had to tweak in some way, and I don't have to touch it. I don't have to touch it. You saw that earlier. Everything is just flawless. So if you are like me and you are about my skin complexion and you have a lot of golds and yellows and olives undertones of the center of your face, I would definitely try 445. Just give it a try. Now Fenty Beauty has 50 shades to choose from, the variety. Moving on to the concealers. I really enjoyed using these concealers. They're fantastic. They don't move. They're very smooth. A little goes a long way. For $26, you get a good amount of product. And then last but not least, the Fenty Beauty Setting Powder in the color Honey. It's very silky, very smooth. It leaves like a nice veil on my face, and it doesn't feel like there's just powder sitting or caked up on my skin. It complements 420 and it complements 445 very, very well with the olive and golden undertones that I have. So if I were to choose a setting powder for the rest of my face, I would choose Nutmeg. I think Nutmeg is just gorgeous in general, but I already have so many setting powders. I just decided to concentrate first on getting an under eye setting powder that was a little lighter than what I usually use under my eyes. My goodness, 8 setting powders, 8 different setting powders. That is for 8 different like shade ranges overall. That's fantastic. There's variety. I just love the fact that Fenty Beauty speaks to diversity and variety, and this was no different. I think Fenty Beauty has already told the girls that we are here to stay, we are here to provide, we are here to make sure that the girls on all ranges of the spectrum are taken care of, okay? Thank you so much for giving me my perfect Fenty shade, Fenty Beauty. I couldn't be happier. Okay guys, that is the end of this review. Let me know what you think. Are you guys gonna run out? Do you feel like Fenty Beauty might have created your perfect foundation shade? How do you feel about the concealers? Are you ready to go out and buy them? And the setting powders, are you ready to go out and buy them? Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.